Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. This will happen in your house tonight. The Lord is trying to talk to you, begging for just 2 minutes. Don't ignore, open this before it's too late. Only 10 minutes are left. God is trying to send new good news for you. You will receive $330 million if you watch this before midnight. Don't skip. Open this right now or God will block all the coming blessing. Archangel Michael says, lean in and listen closely because time is not moving like it usually does for you tonight. It's bending, folding, and opening a narrow path that only stays visible for a few minutes. I was sent to stand beside your door to tap your heart and say now. What I am about to reveal is not random, not hyped, and not coincidence. It is divine appointment arranged to intersect your ordinary night with an extraordinary turn. You sensed it all day, the subtle tug, the strange warmth in your chest, the way small signs lined up, numbers repeating, an unexpected name appearing twice, a soft wind when the room was closed. Those were not accidents. They were the first breadcrumbs to guide you to this moment because some gifts only arrive when you are awake enough to open the door. Tonight is about alignment. The sound of your own breath is proof that heaven still considers you part of the plan, and the plan includes a release that shifts your life from surviving to steady overflow. The figure looks unreal to the mind, but it is not a trick. An unfathomable provision is being queued with your name in the subject line, ready to post into your timeline like sunrise arriving at an exact minute. I have watched you carry weights that were never designed for a single pair of hands. I have counted your refusals to become bitter even when it would have been easier to close your heart. Those refusals have become keys, the door that responds to them as metal bright like dawn and hinges that do not creak, they sing. Listen. You are not late. You are exactly where you needed to be at the exact minute you needed to arrive. Delay tried to deter you with worry and noise. But you made it into this room, into these words, into this narrow passage where the clock unlocks. There is a message trying to reach you with the speed of lightning and the gentleness of a lullaby. It is wrapped in digits and promises, but the core is not money, the core is mercy. Provision is simply the language mercy is using to speak to the areas of your life that have been dry too long. The next 10 minutes are not for panic, they are for posture. Sit as if the universe is about to place something heavy and beautiful into your hands because it is. Hold your shoulders square, lift your head, and let your spirit say yes before your mind catches up. You have been taught to doubt anything that sounds too good. Doubt is a useful critic but a terrible leader. Tonight, let discernment lead. Discernment says the timing is exact, the message is consistent, and the peace hovering over me is not the counterfeit kind. I am placing a seal over your house. What must exit will be escorted out, what must enter will not be delayed. I am balancing books that were tilted against you. Credits that should have reached you months ago are being rerouted from wrong accounts to rightful hands. There is a document in process with your name connected to an amount that will sound like thunder when it hits your life. The figure is larger than a dream, and yet small compared to what is actually owed by the years. The number is a sign and a setup, not the ceiling. Breathe. Feel how the air changes when you believe. Heaven's door opens on the hinge of expectation. You do not have to perform for this to happen, you have to accept. I remember the nights you watched other people celebrate and felt the sting of when will it be my turn. Tonight the calendar flips. It doesn't apologize, it transforms. Those who shook their heads at your persistence will watch you step into results that do not match their predictions. Stay here. Keep your heart present. Distraction is the pickpocket of moments like this. Silence the noise that steals seconds, because seconds are coins and you need all of them to purchase the miracle in motion. This is how it begins. First, the inner climate shifts from storm to still. Then, small confirmations bloom like lights down a runway in email, a call, a message, a notice, a signature, a green bar moving across a screen. Before midnight, a final approval finds you, and the gate you thought was welded shut lifts like a curtain. No enemy can cancel what heaven has already funded. At most, they can agitate. I rebuke agitation. I call rest into your bones and clarity into your eyes. No human hand can smudge your name off what is already stamped. You have been rehearsing scarcity for so long that abundance feels loud. Let it be loud. Let the sound of answered prayers echo through the halls of your memory until even your old fears are forced to applaud. There is a reason the message comes with urgency. The window is a living thing. It opens and it closes. If you honor the window honors you. Honor it with attention. Honor it with gratitude before the package is on your porch. Gratitude is the language of arrival. I have crossed thresholds you cannot see and negotiated on rooms you were told you could not enter. I have laid your file on the desk of a decision maker who doesn't even know why they feel warmth when they see your name. They call it intuition. I call it an assignment. The amount attached to your breakthrough is not meant to scare you. It is meant to recalibrate you. When the tide finally returns, it doesn't ask permission to flood the shore. It simply keeps its promise to the moon. I am canceling the idea that you are always almost there. Almost is over. Last puzzle piece does not have to be forced. It sides in because it was cut for this spot. You have tried many doors. Some were decus, some were training. Tonight is the real door. It looks ordinary because you are standing in your own hallway. But when you turn the handle, the hallway becomes a runway. There are people connected to your yes. Blessings travel in families and circles. What begins for you will spill over to them, desk cleared, tables refilled, a season of relief that multiplies relief. You will not need to chase validation when the result speaks. The result is fluent in every language your doubters understand. Numbers, timelines, signatures, keys. Let the evidence do the talking while you rest. I have not forgotten the quiet vows you made to do good when your hands were finally full. Keep those vows ready. The purpose of overflow is not to drown you, it is to irrigate deserts that were waiting for your stream. Right now, picture your life map. See the dry valley that taught you discipline. See the steep hill that taught you perseverance. See the locked gate that taught you patience. Now see the river arriving, not with a trickle but with a surge big enough to redraw the map. You are not a fluke. You are not an exception to goodness. You are the intended recipient of something prepared before you knew how to ask for it. Receive without guilt. Guilt is not a receipt, it is a fraud. Breathe again. Notice how the anxiety loosens when faith breathes bigger. There is an arithmetic in heaven where your past tears convert into future harvests and unfair exchange rates in your favor. I quiet the voices that told you to shrink. I amplify the whisper that told you to step. Step now into a posture that says, I am ready to handle what I asked for. Handling looks like stewardship, like structured, like saying no to chaos so you can say yes to calling. I surround your decisions with light, the right account, the right advisor. The right choices for protection and peace, these align easily when you move without fear. Wisdom is not far. It is pressed against your shoulder like a friend who refused to leave. Tonight does not erase your story. It fulfills it. The plot twist isn't meant to make the early chapters disappear. It's meant to make them make sense. Hear this. The same hand that wrote your name into this release will guard that release once it arrives. You will tend to live with one hand open and one eye over your shoulder. I am assigning peace to stand watch. There is a ledger in the unseen where your integrity hath been accumulating interest. It posts as provision at the exact hour of alignment. That hour is counted in single digits now. Do not argue with grace. Do not negotiate yourself down because the number feels heavy. Grace trains you to carry the weight without collapsing, to bless without broadcasting, to plan without panic. You have outgrown lack. It doesn't fit amore. When it tries to sit on your shoulders, it slides off because the new you is built broader in quiet places. Stand up. Shake your hands loose. Feel the tingling on your skin. That's not imagination. It is the body registering the change in atmosphere. Your inner weather has shifted. Your forecast is correcting itself. The gatekeepers that denied you before will not recognize you now because you are walking under a banner you didn't have last time. The banner reads, authorized, clear, released. When the message lands, respond with calm. Celebrate, yes, but with holy calm. Calm is what protects doors from slamming in excitement. There will be a moment later tonight where doubt tries one last time. It will ask, what if this is another almost? Smile at it and keep moving. It cannot come with you past the checkpoint. You ask for a sign, this is your sign. The alignment of your attention right now is not random. The very fact that you are reading at this exact minute is your green light. To those who wronged you, you owe nothing but grace. Let results teach softly. Let kindness, the expensive and paid for in full by abundance rather than bitterness. Your hands are not small. They were simply empty for a season so they could learn precision. Now they are ready to hold without propping, to give without losing, to build without burning out. I place a hedge around your mind. No spiral. No sabotage. No sudden fear of success. Your nervous system will accept stability and call it normal, because normal is changing. Timing matters. Midnight is not a superstition. It is a threshold. What is scheduled to meet you will meet you at that threshold with the accuracy of a star chart. Be present when the door clicks. Your name is being spoken in rooms you didn't enter, in a tone that sounds like favor. I am there to guide the conversation. I tilt the decision toward yes. Think of the quiet version of you that kept believing when no one was watching. That version is the architect of this moment. Honor them by stepping into the house they designed with hope. New rules apply. No more scarcity rehearsals. No more conversations that feed lack. No more partnerships that tax your peace. Your environment must match your assignment. This night had been waiting for you longer than you have been waiting for it. Heaven loves long setups that end in sudden scenes. The scene changes now. I unlock the door labeled Restful Wealth. Wealth that doesn't scream, doesn't demand, doesn't control you, but supports you like strong floors under quiet feet. You will not be bullied by your own blessings. The number attached to your release is not to make others feel small. It is to make generosity feel possible. You will help in targeted ways, with strategy and softness. From this minute forward, language shifts. You will stop saying, if it ever happens, and start saying, as it continues happening. Continuity is the miracle after the miracle. You will recognize tonight by these markers a sudden lightness in your chest, a message you weren't expecting that mentions approval, release, settlement, or transfer, a second nudge to check what you almost didn't check. Follow the nudge. The nudge knows where the document lives. I deactivate sabotage loops connected to unworthiness. Worthiness is not a trophy. It is your birthright. Wear it plain, not loud. Breathe again. 10 minutes can feel like forever when everything is changing. Let it feel like a sunrise taking its time to color every window in your house. You will not need to explain how. You will simply live the proof. Explanation will show up as outcomes. Outcomes will show up as peace. The doors you open tonight will be gentle on their hinges for a long time. You will look back and say, that was the night the weight shifted from my chest to my feet so I could run. I am placing on your life a rhythm of wise receiving and joyful releasing. You won't need to clutch. You will steward. You will rest. You will smile in rooms that used to steal your air. When the notification comes, let your first words be quiet gratitude in your own language. Let your next action be a calm step into structure. Structure keeps rivers from flooding. You will have what you need to settle what must be settled, to bless who must be blessed, to build what must be built. Your blueprint was not a fantasy. It was a preview. There are faces you love that will soften tonight because the tension finally loosens. There are shoulders that will drop. Here's laughter that will visit your kitchen again as naturally as light. A soft warning. Do not argue with the method. The path the blessing takes may surprise you. But the seal on it will feel familiar. Familiar like the voice that has been narrating your survival. You have walked through years that tried to convince you your name was almost. Iron name you arrived. Wear it softly but wear it daily. Provision does not change your identity. It clarifies it. You were always more than the struggle made you appear. Now your life will match your inner truth. I am not here to make you rush. I am here to make you ready. Ready looks like breath steady, eyes clear, mind quiet, hands open. The ground beneath your feet is leveling. What felt like walking on marbles will feel like walking on wood, then stone, then a path that knows your stride. You are entering the hour that confirms the last decade. It will feel unfair in your favor, and that is okay. You will do what fair people do when overflow arrives. You will balance what you can reach. You will not shrink to make others comfortable. You will expand to make others possible. This is how honor moves. It makes room. The night is not against you. The night is a velvet backdrop so the miracle can shine without glare. Watch how quietly it arrives and how loudly it changes everything. I touch the places in you that still brace for bad news out of habit. Avid is not prophecy. Let the body learn a new expectation that knocks on the door can be good. When you look back, you will count this as the hinge night. Before it, there was not enough. After it, there was enough plus seed. Seeds become season. I do not require you to impress me. I require you to believe me. Belief is the bridge. I am the one who strengthens the planks while you walk. You will see the number, and you will feel the peace, and the peace will be the proof. Numbers can be forged. Peace cannot. Keep peace close. Timing is narrowing. The funnel is focusing. You are under it now. Don't move away with worry, stand still and let the pour find you. There is a room in your future where your laughter startles even you with how free it sounds. Tonight is the hallway that leads there. Take every step with soft feet and a loud heart. I am clothing all the guns of zero. I am opening new accounts of joy, the transfer is already queued. Your story is safe. Your name is safe. Your mind is safe. Your future is safe. I sign my name on these promises with a blade of light. Now, be here with me for the last stretch of minutes. Put away every voice that tries to auction your attention. Your attention is expensive. Spend it where it multiplies. When the blessing meets you, it will not shout. It will settle. Feel it settle. A house does not announce it is solid. It simply holds. You will not be asked to carry what you cannot carry. Strength will arrive proportional to the gift. This is how benevolence behaves. Tonight is not luck. It is strategy written in heaven handwriting. Your part is simple: believe, receive, and then walk forward like someone who finally lives in a story that loves them back. The old doors are behind you. A new door is open. Zab. I station goodness on both sides of that door. On the threshold, I hand you peace. Beyond it, I line your path with signs that say continue, continue, continue. Nothing important will be lost in this transition. What falls away was asking to go. What remains is what you build with. Your breath is the metronome of this moment. Inhale, permission. Exhale, resistance. Inhale, your rival. Exhale, fear. Keep the rhythm and watch the minute hands soften. Soon you will sleep differently, like someone whose life is not a siren. The night is the first quiet night of many. Hold it dear. I have poured oil on your tomorrow so it carries less friction. Phone calls glide. Conversations find the right words. Agreements reach the right numbers. You are not a spectator to your own miracle. You are a participant. You say yes with presence. You say yes with readiness. You say yes with gratitude. If you listen carefully, you will hear old doors lock behind you with a gentle click. That is not punishment. It is protection. You will not need to go back. There is no performance required to keep what is yours. Just care. Care for your peace. Care for the people assigned to your heart. Care for the purpose that now has resources. I stand here until the clock crowns your moment. I will not leave early. I have waited with you when nights were longer than they should have been. I rejoice with you now. When you open your hand, you will feel heat in your palm. That is not only emotion. It is a sign that your hand is awake to receive. Don't analyze it to death. Just novice and nod. Let this night become your new anniversary year, one of these after years of grit. You earned it and you were gifted it. Both can be true. Your home will feel different when you turn the lights off later. It will feel like someone prayed in every corner while you were busy surviving. As someone was heaven. Before you sleep, write one sentence about how you feel right now. It will be the first line of the chapter you reread with a smile a year from now. I leave a blessing on your thresholds, on your passwords, on your signatures, on your yes and your no. You are covered. You are guided. You are seen. The countdown is nearly complete. Let it complete. Stay. Turn. Receive. And when it lands, let grace teach you how to walk with full hands and a light heart. This is the hour. This is the door. This is the delivery. Lift your chin. Breathe. And enter. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1. 20. Archangel Michael says, stay with me a little longer because the air around you is still warm with fresh permission. The door we open together isn't just ajar. It's widening with each quiet yes you whisper. I'm here to guide your steps across this threshold so you don't rush, stumble, or give in to old patterns that no longer fit. This is how you carry a sudden river with grace. You cup your hands, not out of desperation, but out of intention, letting the water fill, settle, and find its level. Wisdom is the bowl, and peace is the table it rests on. Start by blessing your time. Time is the frame of every gift, and when time is honored, gifts don't warp under pressure. Tonight, time honors you back, aligning details that were scattered like marbles on a floor. You may feel a surge of energy and a hush at the same time. Let both be true momentum for action and silence for listening. This blend is the signature of a real turning point, not a noisy distraction. Write down 3 promises to yourself about how you will move from this night forward. Short, strong, and honest promises, nothing vague, nothing for show. These promises will be your guardrails when emotions try to speed. Promise 1. I will not apologize for answered prayers. Humility is beautiful, but false smallness is a thief. You honor heaven most by using what you receive to lift the world in reachable ways. Promise 2. I will practice structure before spotlight. The world will try to draw you into performance, but your real glow is steady, not frantic. Build first, announce later, promise 3. I will protect peace like a passport. Peace lets you travel farther than permission ever could because peace opens rooms that pressure closes. Keep it close. Stamp every decision with it. Now take a gentle inventory of your life. Which doors feel sticky when you touch them? Those are the places that need all clear boundaries, corrected agreements, steady routines that keep your heart quiet while your life expands. There are names to call and systems to set, not because panic is at the door, but because order is a friend to blessing. Order keeps what arrives from rolling off the table and shattering. As you organize, remember this. You are not fixing a leak. You are preparing a reservoir. Leaks require frantic hands. Reservoirs require patient wall. Patience is powerful architecture. You will notice how fear tries to dress itself up as responsibility. It will say, "Shrink so you won't fail." Smile kindly and answer, "I'll be careful, not small." Careful means considered, not constrained. Let generosity be strategic. Think of 5 places your overflow can water without creating dependency: target relief, seed vision, and fund repairs that let people stand taller on their own ground. There's a letter from your future self on the table of this night. It reads, "We stayed kind, we stayed wise. We stayed steady. That's why it kept flowing." You will be tempted to measure yourself by the number. Note, measure yourself by the peace you maintain and the tenderness you keep for those around you. That's the real audit of a blessed life. This shift touches more than money. It touches meaning. It invites you to do work that feels like hand-to-hand light, the kind that doesn't exhaust you because it runs on your true purpose. Follow that current. It rarely lies. Choose advisors who don't worship you or fear you. Choose the ones who ask good questions and then listen to your answers like they matter. These companions turn overflow into legacy. Legacy is quiet. It moves like roots under soil, steady and unseen, until one day there's shade where there used to be glare. Build roots before you hang lights. You may feel grief rise as goodness arrives. That's normal. It's the body releasing the past version of you who had to push alone. Thank that version for getting you here. Then invite them to rest. Make a sanctuary in your schedule, a chair by a window, a page in a notebook, a daily 15 minutes where you let gratitude right your nervous system. Sanctuary stabilize storms before they start. Your daily words matter. Speak in ways that match the home you're building inside. Say, "I'm learning more than I'm lost. I'm building more than I'm trying." The night will hand you a handful of confirmations, a small approval, a surprising green light, a decision that suddenly lands in your favor. Don't panic and don't parade. Nod, adjust, and continue. You'll sense where to share and where to stay silent. Some miracles grow best in the shade until their roots are deep enough for weather. Dress that instinct. It's guidance, not fear. Everything that is truly yours responds to your voice. Call in what aligns, release what drains. This is not control, it's stewardship, and stewardship is love in practical clothes. If old shame knocks, let compassion answer the door. Shame can't breathe where compassion is present. Be the friend to yourself that you have been to others all along. Make a list called Light Work Only. Put on it the projects, people, and practices that bring more energy than they take. Let that list drive your calendar like a compass, not a wish. Here's a gentler power rising in you, the kind that doesn't need a stage to be strong. It's the power of someone who knows where they're going and doesn't rush. That walk changes rooms. When you sleep later, ask for dreams that teach, not just thrill. Ask for blueprints, phrasing, timing, and names. Answers prefer calm minds. You're cultivating one right now, if you feel waves of emotion arrive in unexpected moments. Don't suppress them. Emotion is the body's way of processing a closed winter and making space for a wide spring. Let it wash, let it woe. Choose a symbol for this night, a stone, a note, a folded paper in your pocket. Touch it when noise tries to rewrite your memory of this turning. Symbols steady the soul when clocks feel loud. People will notice you're quiet. They'll ask what changed. You'll answer with kindness and maybe a hint of mystery because some things are better lived than explained. Set alarms labeled with truths, not tasks. Breeze and build. Beast first, drop your good acts, miracle. These little reminders are rails for the train you're driving now. When criticism visits, as it always does, offer it tea and boundaries. If there's wisdom inside, harvest it. If there's poison, pour it out. You are not obligated to drink everything handed to you. Let celebration be rhythmic, not reckless. Rhythms carry joy farther than bursts do. Plan small rituals that remind your body you're allowed to enjoy what you prayed for. You'll begin to hear your own name differently. It will sound less like a plea and more like a promise. Names can heal when they stop being attached to lack. If a door seems to close tomorrow, don't panic. Closed doors now often mean redirection, not rejection. Redirection saves time and time is gold. Remember to rest your eyes from bright screens and louder rooms. Stillness sharpens sight. Sight helps you notice the next right step without forcing it. Your yes will begin to filter your circles. Not everyone can sit at every table. Keep seats for those who bring light, laughter, and honest mirrors. But curation is not cold, it's care. Write a simple, strong plan for the next 12 weeks. 12 is a gentle number for fresh structure, long enough to matter, short enough to hold. Plans come wild blessings and turn them into gardens. Take inventory of your words about money, opportunity, and worth. Replace any sentence that starts with I always lose or I never get with I'm learning to hold and I'm ready to receive. Language is a locksmith. Rack the small acts of relief for yourself. A tidy drawer, a clean inbox, a clear corner on your desk. When the small is in order, the large lands without chaos. If comparison knocks, point it toward gratitude. Comparison wants to speed you into shame. Gratitude wants to anchor you in sufficiency. Anchor beats speed every time. Keep a log of confirmations. Date them. Describe them. This log becomes your map when fog tries to return. Tend to the relationships that held you when nothing was moving. Don't disappear into your new season. Bring kindness with you like a packed lunch. Kindness tastes like continuity to the people who love you. When doubt tries to turn this into a performance, return to breathe. Breath slows the drumbeat of urgency and replaces it with cadence. Cadence keeps you steady on long roads. Give yourself permission to be new. You are not obligated to carry the preferences of your old survival self into rooms built for your thriving self. Curate habits that match where you're going. If a sudden opportunity arrives that looks too bright, hold it up to the light of peace. If the shine hurts your eyes, it's hype, not favor. Favor glows. It doesn't glare. Revisit the promises you wrote earlier tonight, read them out loud in your calm voice. That voice will become the climate of your days. Place gentle structure around generosity caps, calendars, categories. It's not stinginess, it's stewardship. Structure makes sure the river reaches the fields that truly need water. Remember, this moment is not an exception you must cling to. It's a pattern you're learning to live in. Patterns are formed by repeated choices. Choose peace, structure, clarity again and again. You will feel a nudge to simplify. Follow it. Simplicity is how your life grows large without becoming heavy. Keep a small collection of sentences that calm you. I have time. I am guided. I'm prepared. These are anchors disguised as words. If an old fear returns with a loud voice, ask it for evidence. It won't have any that applies to this new season. Smile, thank it for trying to protect you, and carry on. There's a gentle pride available to you now, the pride of someone who kept going with soft hands. Wear it on the inside of your chest. It will lift your shoulders without making your heart hard. Design your mornings with intention. Light, water, quiet, clarity. These four set you up to build days that don't wobble. Wobble invites worry. Steadiness invites solutions. Choose work that matches your energy, even if it surprises people who knew you. People often remember the version of you who served their narrative, not your calling. Choose calling. You'll find your laughter returning in odd places, at a sink, in a line, at a red light. Don't apologize for it. Laughter is proof that the pressure valve is working. Let your yes be slow, and your no be kind. Slow yes prevents regret. Kind no protects connection. Together, they build a life with fewer fires to put out. As tonight leans toward midnight, you'll notice how your heart stays even. It's your new normal beginning to take root. Roots make storms less frightening. Think of the people who will sleep easier because your life steadied. That thought alone can keep you faithful to the quiet disciplines that protect what you've received. Discipline is love with a schedule. You no longer need drama to confirm change, you need follow-through. Follow-through is less flashy, more fruitful, and infinitely more peaceful. If you must share, share stories, not numbers. Stories carry meaning. Numbers attract noise. Keep the meaning. Reduce the noise. When the last minute of this window arrives, bless it for finding you ready. Bless it for teaching you that time can be your ally. Bless it for proving that late is not your name. You have stepped into a room where answers live. From now on, watch how quickly clarity returns when you ask well. You are becoming fluent in the language of your own life. Carry this calm into sleep like a candle protected by two hands. It will still be burning when you wake. That is how you will know the shift wasn't a dream, it was a beginning. Tomorrow, begin small and steady. One clear task, one honest conversation, one protected pocket of quiet. Compounded, these small choices become a cathedral. Look around your space before you rest. Whisper thanks over the corners that held you through narrow hours. Every ordinary object in this room is now a witness to a holy turn. You are not behind. You are right on time. The proof is in the peace that refuses to leave the room. Let your final note tonight be softness. Softness isn't weakness. It's control with empathy. It makes you the kind of person your blessings feel safe with. Rest now, knowing that what was cute has your egress. Your name, your seal, and your hour. You honored the window. The window honored you. This is how alignment feels: quiet, complete, and kind. Archangel Michael says, keep your focus steady as the window continues to widen, because steadiness is the bridge between promise and proof. Your peace is not fragile in this hour. It is the quiet engine pulling new outcomes across the line. Walk forward like sunrise, unhurried and unstoppable. Let your first task be clarity written in simple lines that even a tired mind can follow. One page with headings for needs, obligations, protection, and purpose will hold the flood without fear. Clarity turns loud blessings into organized light. Protect your morning hours like treasure guarded by soft hands. The way you begin your day will teach abundance how to treat you, and abundance is a quick learner. Begin with breath, clean water, and 3 lines of gratitude that sound like your real voice. Choose 3 pillars to stabilize this turn. Pillar 1 is structure for receiving. Pillar 2 is counsel for decisions. Pillar 3 is rhythm for living. Structure catches, counsel filters, rhythm sustains. Your boundaries will become calm doors that open and close on schedule. You will not bargain with your peace to keep company with confusion. You will not discount your worth to purchase acceptance from rooms that drain you. There is a list of repairs that become simple when resources arrive. Fix what leaks energy, fix what steals attention, fix what interrupts rest. Repairs create capacity, and capacity multiplies blessing. Archangel Michael says, the signature under tonight's release is written in the ink of alignment, so no counterfeit can hold it without shaking. Alignment is why the right messages arrive at the right minute and find you present. Presence is your yes written in the air. Be gentle with your body as it learns a new normal. The nervous system remembers storms, but it also remembers sunlight when it repeats. Repetition of peace becomes muscle memory for the soul. Honor the people who stood near when the room was cold and quiet. Keep them close as warmth returns. Not as spectators but as partners in continuity. Continuity turns moments into seasons. Your words now build weather around you. Speak like a builder who knows the foundation is sound. Every sentence is a beam, every breath is a nail, every decision is a wall that keeps the wind polite. Document the confirmations that cross your path before midnight. A number that repeats, a message that lands, a door that unlocks with less effort than it took to say your name. Documentation becomes testimony when memory tries to dim. You will no longer apologize for stability as if it were arrogance. Stability is not a shout, it is a chair. Sit fully in it and let others see that peace fits you. Generosity will choose strategy over spectacle. Quiet scholarships, repairs that stop emergencies, seed in hands that build with integrity. Quiet help travels farther and returns as joy. If an invitation smells like urgency without clarity, bless it and set it down. Real favor gives you time to think and space to breathe. Clarity is the friend that never raises its voice. Archangel Michael says, "Let forgiveness be the final lock on the old door so it stops swinging back into your new room." Forgiveness is not permission for harm, it is permission for your future. The moment you release the weight, your hands have room to hold the promise. Build a small circle of counsel that can carry secrets without shaking. Choose those who value truth over flattery and wisdom over applause. You will feel safe because they are safe. Your calendar will become a river with banks, not a floodplain. Work, rest, relationship, reflection, and stewardship each receive in channel. Banks do not restrict water, they give it distance. You are learning a pace that does not sprint or stall. Pacing is the instrument of longevity, and longevity is the stage where legacy performs. Legacy prefers long halls over loud rooms. Place symbols of this turning where your eyes land most often. A word on your wall, a note on your mirror, a tone on your phone that means breathe. Symbols keep alignment visible when days become busy again. The old soundtrack of scarcity will knock like an uninvited drummer at your window. You will lower the volume with a single gesture called truth. Truth reminds you that provision is now the baseline, not the exception. This blessing did not arrive to make you a statue, it arrived to make you a steward. Stewards move with care that looks like love wearing boots. Boots know how to cross both marble floors and muddy fields, choose meals that calm, music that warms, and conversations that build. Your senses teach your spirit what normal feels like, and normal has changed. Teach the body to recognize safety and the mind to trust flow. You will feel drawn to simplify the objects around you. Order is not aesthetic vanity, it is spiritual hospitality. When your space is clear, guidance takes a seat without knocking. There is a soft authority settling into your voice. Authority without gentleness becomes noise, and gentleness without authority becomes fog. You are becoming clear weather. Write a letter to the version of you who carried heavy news without help. Thank them for not breaking when breaking was an option. Fold the letter and place it where victories are kept. Your creative stream will widen because fear no longer dams its banks. Ideas will feel possible because resourcing has caught up to calling. Possibility will stand in your doorway like sunlight with an armful of invitations. If envy from others shows up at your step, greet it with boundaries and kindness. Kindness disarms, boundaries protect, and both keep your door from becoming a revolving confusion. Protect your hours the way a lighthouse protects its beam. Archangel Michael says, "The seal on this night is not fragile and does not need you to overperform to keep it intact." Rest is not sabotage, it is stewardship. Sleep will restore settings in you that worry jammed, invite joy to be specific. A walk at dawn, a call to the elder who smiled when you had nothing, a small celebration that tastes like home. Specific joy teaches gratitude new vocabulary. You will discover that your no is a gift wrapped in respect. The right rooms will thank you for it because it preserves your yes for what only you can carry. Precision in choices becomes your quiet superpower. When you plan with margins that let life breathe. Margin is where wonder sits down and participates. Crowded plans strangle miracles, spacious plans offer them chairs. You will witness how quickly redemption can rewrite a day. A morning begins with uncertainty and ends with signatures that hum. The hum is peace doing its work in datum and decisions. Here will be moments when silence is your strongest statement. Silence protects seethings until roots run deep. When it is time to speak, your words will land like keys rather than like stones. Build rituals that begin and end your working hours. Opening rituals tell your focus to arrive. Closing rituals tell it to release. Focus that obeys gentle bells is focus that lasts. If past mistakes try to impersonate your identity, show them the stamp on this night. The stamp says cleared, covered, and correct in. Identity uplifts air when truth is allowed to finish its sentence. Rehearse gratitude like scales on a piano until your hands find melody without strain. Melody returns faster than memory once practice is honest. Honest practice recalibrates destiny. You will not disguise your light to protect the eyes of those who refuse to adjust. Offer shade without extinguishing the flame. Shared shade builds community without shrinking callings. Let wisdom choose pace and let peace choose place. Taste without wisdom burns. Place without peace blurs. You are being guided to a life that neither burns nor blurs. Your laughter is becoming a compass. When laughter returns to your chest unforced, you are headed the right direction. Joy is confirmation without fanfare. Archangel Michael says, remember the source and honor the assignment, and the stream will not run narrow. Honor looks like gratitude, stewardship, and quiet courage. Courage is your yes that doesn't wait for applause. Set gentle limits on the hours where you are reachable. Constant availability is counter-faith service that steals depth. Depth requires protected rooms where thought can sit without hurry. The people who need what you carry will find you now with less effort. Alignment turns searching into arriving. Arrivals will feel like reunions with work you were born to me. Guard your imagination from rehearsing catastrophes that are not scheduled for you. Imagination is a fertile field and deserves good seed. Plant pictures of steady days and see how quickly they grow. Place future milestones on a simple path. Order like order. Appointment like appointment. Commitment like commitment. Milestones become guideposts, not pressure points. The number attached to this turn will fade into the background as purpose steps forward. Purpose speaks in verbs, not digits. Verbs build homes, teams, and mornings that greet you kindly. If you notice a tug toward old chaos, remember the cost you already paid to leave. Costs teach value better than lectures ever could. Value guards your thresholds with quiet firmness. You are learning the art of enoughness that still overflows. Enoughness fills your table and your lungs. Overflow waters the street and the field without washing away your chair. Keep the circle of celebration intimate for a while. Small rooms preserve wonder while foundations cure. Foundations that cure in quiet hold skyscrapers without complaint. Your eyes will soften toward your own timeline. You will stop punishing yourself for not arriving sooner and start honoring yourself for arriving at all. Honor changes posture without requiring arm. There is an ease entering your decisions that has nothing to do with avoiding difficulty. Ease is what happens when the road you take is finally the road that matches your feet. Matching removes friction, not effort. Hold sacred hours each week where you improve what already works rather than chasing what shouts. Quiet improvements compound like seeds that refuse to be hurried and refuse to be stopped. Compounding is how legacy grows plight and inevitable. Archangel Michael says, keep your face toward the horizon that called you before you had proof and keep your hands on the work that fits your name. Horizon and work will agree and agreement will attract help you didn't know how to ask for. Help will speak your language because it was sent, not hired. Let patience be a warm coat, not a heavy chain. Patience that is warm keeps you gentle while work unfolds. Gentle souls carry strong outcomes without bruising the air. You will hear the sound of unresolved worries going quiet like a room exhaling after guests leave. At exhale is the spirit announcing capacity. Capacity means you can host goodness without burning the meal. Write a brief creed for this new season. It can be simple and strong: peace first, purpose steady, people honored, provision steward. Creeds anchor days when winds rise without warning. The door is still open and the clock is still kind. Your attention is the currency that keeps the passage lit. Spend it wisely on what multiplies and watch how the road keeps lengthening in your favor. Your name will continue to be handled with care in rooms you do not see. Care is the mark of assignments touched by heaven's hand. Where there is care, there will be continuity. This continuation settles around you like a cloak that fits on the first try. Wear it without apology and without noise. Quiet fit is the crown of alignment. Archangel Michael says the path ahead is lit in increments like lanterns that wake one by one as your steps approach. You do not need to see the entire avenue to move with confidence. The next few feet are faithful to appear exactly when you need them. Let your evenings become workshops where peace and planning shake hands. 10 minutes of order before sleep turns mornings into allies. Gentle structure is the rope bridge that carries this blessing from moment to lifestyle. You will find that steadiness attracts precision. The right signatures find their lines, the right numbers find their columns. The right agreements find their dates that hold like seasoned wood. Create a ledger of gratitude that reads like a field journal rather than a performance: simple entries, clear dates, real feelings. This ledger becomes a mirror that refuses to lie during busy days. Archangel Michael says call your spirit into alignment with your schedule so the inside and outside agree. Agreement removes friction and multiplies effect. You will notice how much farther you go when your inner weather supports the climate of your commitments. The people who carry quiet wisdom will appear without fanfare. They speak in plain words that land deep. Teeth them near with respect and time rather than noise and demands. Open a folder titled Proof of Peace. Place inside it the emails, approvals, notices, and small green lights that arrived since this window opened. When Tao tries to rewrite the story, the folder will answer with calm facts. There will be a moment when you sense a door that feels familiar yet new. Familiar because it matches your design. New because it opens without the resistance you learn to expect. Walk through with shoulders down and breath unhurried. Sift your plans through 3 sieves. Second piece. Third, practicality. If all 3 hold, proceed. If one fails, revise without drama. Revision is a friend who loves outcomes more than opinions. Archangel Michael says, I am assigning patience to your ambitions so they do not burn you while they bless you. Patience turns rushing into rhythm. Rhythm is how you cross long distances without losing your song. Place a soft guard over your evenings. Screens dim, voices soften, rooms cool. Evenings heal the nervous system so tomorrow inherits clarity instead of chaos. Invest in skills that scale your kindness. Communication that diffuses heat. Delegation that honors people. Systems that free attention for high-value work. Kindness with infrastructure becomes legacy that lasts. Your environment will begin to echo your inner order. Clear counters invite clear decisions. Tidy files invite tidy agreements. Light and air become collaborators. Archangel Michael says, carry humility that knows it belongs in bright rooms. Humility is not hiding. It is honesty about source and assignment. Walk in with quiet eyes and steady hands and watch how the room adjusts to your peace. You will need fewer words to say more. Density replaces volume. Your sentences will feel like keys that slide easy into locks because they were cut with care. Track your energy as faithfully as your calendar. Protect the hours that sparkle with natural focus. Those hours are the crown jewels of your week. Choose partners who understand seasons. Some seasons demand sowing, some harvesting, some rest and repair. Partners who misread seasons create weather that costs peace. Choose those who can read the sky. Archangel Michael says the favor on your name resists panic. You will move quickly when needed without becoming hurried as a habit. This is the difference between momentum and frenzy. Redirect any impulse toward perfection into fidelity. Fidelity shows up and improves with presence. Perfection delays and punishes. Choose the companion that builds rather than the one that scolds. Your generosity will develop a backbone called policy. Policy is kindness with clear edges. Clear edges prevent resentment and preserve joy. Keep a list titled Friction Points. When a process drags, when a decision stalls, when a room steals air, write it down and return with curiosity. Problems that are named stop shape-shifting. Archangel Michael says, remember the quiet rooms that kept your hope warm when outcomes were cold. Visit them even now. Gratitude heals the arrogance that blessings try to introduce. Guard against the subtle sabotage of overcommitment. Do many good things, Dalu, great things. Your no will escort your yes to the exact assignment it was born to fulfill. Let celebration teach you balance. Mark small wins with simple rituals that require presence rather than performance. Presence makes joy sticky. Create checklists that travel with you in your pocket. Not because you doubt your mind but because peace loves external memory. External memory frees attention for higher work. When the wind of comparison blows, close windows that face the wrong street. Your view must serve your assignment. The wrong view invents storms that do not exist. Archangel Michael says treat your name like a garden. Weed gossip, water truth, and prune habits that grow wild and shade your light. Gardens answer criticism with fruit, not argument. If nostalgia for struggle visits, greet it with kindness and send it home. Trouble taught you grit. Bless it. Release it. You are graduating from the class where pain was the only teacher. Design hospitality into your systems. Make it easy for good people to bring their best to your table. Make it hard for confusion to take a seat. Hospitality is how order smiles. Recalibrate your relationship with urgency. True urgency is calm and clear. False urgency is loud and vague. Train your ear to the difference and refuse the counterfeit. Archangel Michael says the architecture of your future is being framed in the present with small steady choices. Screws, not fireworks. Be faithful to the quiet craft of building. You not outsource your discernment. Consultants can advise. Mentors can guide. Friends can support. The final yes rests with your peace. Peace is accountable to purpose and will not mislead you. Set gentle arms for posture checks. Shoulders down. Yosat. Breath deep. Posture tells the brain that safety is present and the brain obeys posture more quickly than pet talks. Curate the stories you consume. Narratives of panic destabilize your compass. Narratives of perseverance and dignity fortify your stride. Archangel Michael says you are entering the phase where the miracle becomes maintenance. Maintenance is not boring when meaning is intact. Meaning keeps wrenches holy. Hold one meeting each week where you only improve what is already working. This is how good becomes excellent without drama. Excellence is often a series of calm-up raids. Schedule unstructured time where your mind can wander in safe fields. Wonder becomes wonder when the field is fenced by peace. Wonder renovates strategy with light. Honor your thresholds with small blessings. Before you begin work, bless clarity. Before you sign, bless integrity. Before you sleep, bless restoration. Blessing trains the day to behave. Archangel Michael says the weight of this release is exact to your shoulders. You will not buckle under it. You will stand taller because weight builds muscle when carried with form. Keep a short list title, do not neglect. Health. Relationships that anchor you, learning that stretches you, quiet that renews you. Protect the list from the flood of urgent trivialities. Practice decisive softness, speak truths without spectacle. Set boundaries with a bite. Take emphasis without smoke, softness with spine travels farther than sharpness with speed. Your rooms will learn your rhythm. Work areas that hum, rest areas that huff, creative corners that spark. Rhythm cuts grooves that guide without effort. Archangel Michael says the seal on tonight's turning is time-stamped and tamper-resistant. You are not at the mercy of mood swings. Proof is scheduled to continue peering like clocks that refuse to stutter. Give your future self small gifts every day. A clear note on tomorrow's desk, a prepped document, a pre-decided outfit for a pivotal morning. These gifts compound into ease that looks like luck. When you experience resistance, diagnose before you push. Sometimes resistance is a gate you must lift. Sometimes it is a guard protecting you from a wrong room. Diagnosis saves energy. Build feedback into the loop of your work. Short, respectful, actionable. Feedback keeps excellence honest and prevents drift. Drift is expensive in quiet ways. Archangel Michael says release the fear that goodness must be paid for with suffering. Payment was your perseverance. Now receive interest as ease and capacity. Educate your money to behave. Give it jobs, calendars, and boundaries. Well-employed money becomes a colleague instead of a tyrant. Colleagues create progress. Reverse your definition of success so it fits your soul and not a bar of billboard. Success is steady mornings and meaningful evenings. Success is rooms that feel safe and work that fits your hands. When you notice impatience, ask it to sit and breathe. Impatience often hides eagerness that needs direction. Give it a task. Give it a timeline. Turn pulse into plan. Archangel Michael says I have set a guard over your momentum so it does not trip over itself. You will gather without scatter. You will grow without grind that scrapes your spirit. Keep gratitude specific and current. Specific gratitude locks memory into muscle. Current gratitude keeps the present from becoming invisible while you scan the horizon. Teach your team, your family, and your circle how your yes and no now operate. Clarity prevents resentment. Resentment grows in shadows. Shine gentle light. Design endings with the same honor you designed beginnings. Close projects with thanks. Exit rooms with grace. Archive seasons with notes. Clean endings make space for clean arrivals. Archangel Michael says the next confirmations will land quietly during ordinary tasks. A message approved during a commute. A line item reconciled while sipping water. Favor and joy's disguises that only calm eyes notice. Live as if the outcome is already aligned with your care. Care invites continuity. Continuity builds a life that does not require rescue every week. Choose your metaphors with intention. You are a garden with gates, a river with banks, a house with rooms that know their purpose. Metaphors train the mind to honor boundaries without fear. Each night, release the day with 3 acknowledgments. What worked, what learned, what best. Release prevents buildup of invisible tension that later feels like fate. Archangel Michael says, I am still here in the quiet between sentences, keeping the line open and the air warm with permission. The window obeys the one who opened it. Your alignment keeps it generous. Carry yourself like a person who belongs wherever purpose has placed them. Belonging softens your step without dimming your light. Soft steps leave deep prints because the ground trusts them. If a new opportunity arrives that requires you to betray your peace, decline with gratitude. Betrayal of peace costs more than any check can cover. Peace is your first investor and deserves dividends. Calendar audits become your monthly ritual. Remove what no longer serves, renew what still sings, and replace what only shouts. Audits prevent drift and protect destiny. Archangel Michael says, honor the nights that helped you become fluent in hope. You learned to hold a lamp when the street was dark. Now you learn to place lamps on posts so others borrow light with dignity. This continuation is not a cliffhanger. It is a bridge. You are already across more than you realize. Look forward with gentle authority and keep building the life that fits your name like a well-tailored coat.